What's popping, man? Today I'm doing something totally different today. You guys know how I'm trying to combine two things in one month. So today is St. Patrick's Day. So cheers to everybody. And I'm still sticking with my strong female lead because of International Women's Day. I'm still doing that all month. So today's movie will combine the two. First, well, it does have St. Patrick's Day in it, but it celebrates all the holidays. This movie is called Holidate, starring Emma Roberts and King Bach. And to me, off top, this movie is a don't watch. And I'm gonna tell you why. Like I said, in every review that I always do, if you don't agree with me, let's argue about it. But to me, Holidate is not a good watch. So the movie deals with the fact that you're alone on holidays and you're tired of your parents and your family saying, oh, you should bring somebody, you should bring somebody. So that's Sloane, played by Emma Roberts. She's going home for the holidays and she's kind of like tired of her parents always, you know, on her back about not coming to holidays single and why does she have kids? You know the whole spiel, blah, blah, blah. If you're single in your 30s, you deal with that. So she goes to Christmas and she deals with that. So the next holiday coming up is New Year's. So she's out and she's basically in the mall, and then she runs to this guy named Jackson. Jackson's dealing with the same problem. So, you know, the movie finds a way for them to bump into each other and they meet, and then they just kind of talk about it, and then like Sloane remembers one of her aunts saying, you know, why don't you just bring a holiday? And she's like, what's a holiday? A holiday is somebody that designated date for every holiday. So they're like, oh, Eureka. So the first holiday they do is New Year's. So that's how we're coming with this movie. It's just how it is. It's New Year's. That shit went well. The next holiday was Valentine's Day. That shit went well. St. Patrick's Day. Boom. I told you it was in there somewhere. That shit went well. So like I said before, I told you guys this movie was a don't watch. And the reason I told you that it was a don't watch was for the simple fact that, you know, I'm so sick of romantic comedies and they're not funny. You know, they get any actress, they get any old actor, and it's like everybody can't do comedy. Like everybody can't hit that punch. And Emma Roberts, to me, yeah, she's a great actress. I'm not taking anything away from her acting ability, but when it comes to comedy, you gotta have a certain, like, oh my God, like you gotta hit your lines right. You gotta know the punchlines, and you gotta have a comedic timing. And this movie, it just didn't have it for me. It was just like they read their lines well, but no comedic timing. They both weren't funny, and you know, the movie was very formulated. It was like, okay, we're a romantic comedy, so you know everything and how it goes. Okay, there's a problem. Then they meet somebody, and then everything's going up. Then you know they're going to hit that point where it goes up, up, up. And then when it gets up, you know it has to come down. You know it has to be a conflict of some type that really never makes sense in a rom-com. And this movie did exactly all that. I think the rough part was like they're on these holidays, and you know they keep trying to convince. Well, Sloane is keep trying to convince Jackson that she doesn't like him. She doesn't like him. She doesn't like him. And he's like, all right, you know, at some point he gets tired of that shit. He's like, you know what? You know, if you don't like me, I'm going to start taking out other people. Like, and one of the incidents got real crazy because he was like, okay, I'm jumping the gun. Let me back up. Before I even get there, that's the third act. Let me get back to the second act. The second act, and remind me, I'm going to come back to that. I've been trying to, so I'm all over the place. So the second act, it was kind of like, it got goofy. You know, in comedies, they get goofy. Like somebody lost a finger at one point, so they're in the hospital trying to reattach their finger back, but while they're waiting, they're smoking weed in the hospital. I was kind of like, really? You guys are they was literally in the hospital. It wasn't like they was outside the hospital. Like, no, in the hospital room. All day. That just threw it off for me. And then, yeah, so let me go back to what I was saying. So then he ends up, like I said, they went high, high, high. They hit that goofy shit I just talked about. Now it has to come down. The down part was he's tired of her telling him she don't want to be with him. She don't like him like that. So he's kind of like, well, fuck it. So he ends up taking her aunt. Now that's kind of foul. He could have took any other girl, but he takes her aunt because, you know, her aunt is kind of that fucking older woman that still thinks she's young and promiscuous. So she's like, hell yeah, I'm taking this young, fine man. And they go to one of the holidays. So then they get in their little conflict. it's kind of it was like I was done. You guys know I never lie to you guys like that. Once I'm done with a movie, I am done with the movie. King Bach is in this. He's not funny, like I said in the beginning. This movie was not a good watch, and I wouldn't recommend anybody watch it. You know what I'm saying? Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Thank you guys for checking out my page, and make sure you click that bell so you can see all the videos that I do. Follow me on Instagram. So check out the videos to the side of me, because they're just as dope as the ones you just watched. And with that being said, peace and goodbye.